Currier here with Warren Brooks for your official Submission Underground number 6 breakdown. We're going to highlight a couple of our favorite moments of the night. We had a ton of great submissions, 16 finishes out of 23 fights. For me, it was the best Submission Underground card we've had to date. I was on one, you were on one. This one's still my favorite. So, fight of the night for me was got to be Erin Tams. Her submission finish in overtime, a little controversial, but really cool. So we're going to break that one down for you, kind of show you what happened, how it worked out, and kind of go from there.
Oh, mine definitely was Howie Moe versus Eddie Ziegler. Got him into a pretty nasty reverse heel hook. But the good thing about this match, and the reason it made it my favorite, is the transitions that Howie actually went to. And Eddie actually had him in a little bit of trouble in the beginning. Howie transitioned to a couple of different moves and then was able to secure the finish.
It's a great sequence, right?
Yes, it was really good.
A lot of good stuff to show, guys, so stay tuned. We're going to play some clips from the event and then come right back here for the full breakdown. Guys, you've seen the clip. Now let's break it down. This was overtime. The first round of overtime, Erin escaped in the first heat. The second heat now, we had Sarah started off with Erin in spiderweb control.
So Erin has her in spiderweb basically. So Erin actually sets up, gets ready to try to escape. She goes down, Sarah goes down. Erin actually steps over the head, trying to come back around again. She re-sweeps her here. And then she's going to come right back. Now, as the re-sweep happens here, you're going to notice that the leg is going to actually capture, her head. He's going to figure 4 basically here. And this is actually not, this is more going to be of a neck crank. But as you can see, Sarah still actually had the arm. So as Erin tightens up the legs here, she's definitely going to have to tap there. It's a pretty vicious little neck crank that goes on in that position.
What I love is that by getting my legs entangled, I'm actually keeping Sarah from any extension at all.
Yeah.
Right? I'm able to keep myself nice and tight. And I think what Ashley found is not only can she not armbar me, she also can't escape. Yeah. Right? In that scenario, the first thing we said was, why didn't Sarah just let go and kind of take the escape, take the loss? I don't think it was that easy. I think if we go back to it one more time, the entanglement is such
that her arms kind of actually are getting trapped.
Sure.
There.
Yeah, I'm pulling her towards me. I can let go here, right? My legs are keeping Ashley's posture towards me. So go ahead and armbar me.
She really can't.
No, I think this is not in danger at all.
No.
You know, the squeeze here is so violent and so much pressure that I don't care how bad my arm gets twisted back. This is going to come on first.
Right, exactly. If you go back to the very beginning of this too, what we want to, I think, need to make a very valid point of is notice where Erin's arms are to begin with. So pulling off this armbar here makes it very difficult. So if you can turn around Mike to the camera here a little bit, keep spinning right there. Notice how Mike's hand is actually underneath of the kneecap and actually gripping on the underside of the thigh. For somebody to pull out that arm, it makes it extremely difficult, especially if they don't stay laying flat on their back. So as you come back up again, you know, you're looking to stack, it's very hard to get that arm out. So that's why she was trying to go around one way, come back the other. But the thing that Sarah did really good is she was actually continuously sweeping her from those positions, which was the correct thing to do, putting her right back on her back, getting her in that advantageous position. But again, Erin right here was able to capture the head. And again, this isn't so much of a blood choke as it is a really nasty, nasty neck crank.
So, you know, I think when it comes down to it, controversial or not, she got the tap. Erin was able to escape the first heat and get a tap in the second. You know, knowing the rules is going to be huge here, guys. I think it was clean. I love it. I think it was a good use of position from somebody who, a couple of blue belts who might not know the correct thing to do all the time. She made the best of a really bad spot.
She definitely did. Now to get clarification on the rule set. If I've actually contacted a few people that do a lot of EBIs. They are saying that EBI, the last one that they did, is saying that it is actually an escape. It's not considered a tap. So that's one thing that probably SUG might want to go back to and maybe look at a little bit more. Sure. But if you go to the rules that Flow Grappling has, it actually just says on there the first person that taps would be the person who loses.
Sure.
So SUG might be, looking to maybe be a little bit more clear, clear on the rule set there possibly.
Sure. Well, cool, guys. Next up, we have Howie Mole and his great inside heel hook. So check it out.
All right, guys, the next we're going to break down is going to be Howie Moe versus Eddie Ziegler. This one here, Howie actually finishes with a really nice reverse heel hook, but he actually works some transitions in there to get to that position. So that's the one that we're going to go over right now. So from the position here, Howie gets in off the scramble. He gets in on a straight, basically, but he doesn't have any leg position really whatsoever. So what Eddie kind of, I think, recognized that, so he actually looks to hook the heel here, and then he puts this leg up right across the hip here. So when Howie sees this, Howie actually rolls to this side here and looks to get into what we call a lens lock. So when he gets in here to here, Eddie kind of recognizes that. Howie starts putting some pressure and he goes to put the inside leg in to block it. As he does that, Howie shoots that leg off. He sets up, figure fours, gets it on the reverse heel hook position, and he actually flares the leg down to where Eddie has a really tough time trying to spin out with this other leg right here. Howie just cranks here and gets the tap.
And I think this whole, we call it 80-20 leg surfing, is a really cool thing to play because we go into our 50-50 or any variant of that, and it really becomes this whole knee line battle.
Right.
I think that Howie recognized that right away. Where he has on the outside here, recognizing that once the pressure's here, this leg comes through, Howie gets his knee to the ground, gets to that inside hip, right? Now he's winning. Now he's winning positionally, right? We've gone to 80-20. I'm in a tough spot here. The cool thing that you guys do over there is you keep those legs flared. You showed that on your technique video for the Bridge City Fight Shop. The leg flare stops me from turning, right? Your shin blocks my hip. I can't make that span. It gets me in a weird spot where normally I would feel pretty safe here. I'm a pretty bendy guy, and normally I feel pretty safe. I can get through here. I can running man away from there. That little detail makes all the difference, I think, for Howie.
Oh, definitely. That actually is what won the match for him. Because if he would have pinched his legs together like this, he just would have came around. Then he would have maybe ended up in like a knee bar position if he would have scooted out. But, Howie did the right thing there. Again, credit to Eddie. When he saw that Howie was going for that straight, Howie automatically went in for the heel hook. It's just how he's able to get to that lens. He couldn't really get the good leg lock position in that Eddie needed. How he's able to transition to the reverse and then got the finish and did really well.
Yeah, I think the angle of that lens lock is what led all this up, right? That's really what put it all in the right place.
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.